Alrighty, welcome back. I'm on the front end. We've decided that we're done with the bumper in the back. We'll show you in a second, but basically what's going on the front end, I'm trying to get it put back together. What happens is the fenders that I had must have fit a car of this year, but as a different style and a different grille. This fender here is different than this fender, and both fenders are different what the fenders that were on it. So this opening has a round spot here and a cutout. This one just has a round coming down all the way down. It almost looks like it fit that grill to start with, the old grill to start with. This one goes like that all the way down. This one's got a cutout. This one's got a cutout down there, and that one has no cutout. So basically what I'm doing, I'm just putting the inner fenders in it right now in the front. I did not tear this front end apart, but I am figuring out how to put it back together. It's not going too bad. Andrew did a good job, put all the nuts and screws and bolts in a bag, so I'm basically just picking through the bag and getting it rock and rolling. I've got all the top connected, but basically I want to fix or put in the front or the last inner fender here. Let's go back and take a look at the bumper before I get going on that, just for shits and giggles. The bumper. I am satisfied where the bumper is at right now. I'm satisfied with it. When I put the chrome paint on it, basically it suits the car. I did not want to waste the chrome that we had on a bumper that we haven't got painted, or the car's not painted, or there's weld marks all over it, everything like that. But I am satisfied with the bumper the way it looks. I just chrome painted it, put it back on. I'm happy with the taillights. At any point in time, if I want to put taillights on the car, I can. At any point in time, if I want to take the bumper off and put another bumper on it, I can. I like this part down here, how it closes it off, kind of gives it a nice finished look at the edge of the bumper. But basically, I'm happy with the looks of the taillights. I did not finish it off perfect. The car is not perfect, so it basically fits what's going on. They're not stuck out too far. I'm happy with it. Jolene decided that. I kind of was going to chrome it. She said, why do you bother when it looks like that? And she won. And basically what happens is I'm not scared to take an idea, and her idea was very reasonable and more practical than mine. Chroming it all up for a car that looks like this, all in weld marks and rust. But I'm going to try to get the front inner fender on. And what's happening is this is what I'm going to do for the video, is I'm going to make these fenders fit these inner fenders. I've got an inner fender on this side, and it comes out and it bolts on here and there. So what happens is the fender was cut over here and went right straight down and bolted onto the inner fender. I'm going to change the front end of this car. Basically, I'm going to change it. This one here comes over and it's going to come straight down and it's going to bolt on this fender. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the inner fender on, and you can go through it with me. Thank you for coming back. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. But what happened is I put the front fender on before I put the inner fender back on, and now I have to take out the bolts on the front fender and to put the inner fender on. It's a little bit of a going backwards, but that's what happens when you take front ends and doors and all that stuff off. You have to put them back on, and sometimes the way you put them back on, there's a sequence to it, and if you don't get the sequence right, you're going backwards. So I put this on too quick. On this car, we have the fender bolted to the rad support. And I have to take it off to deal with the inner fender. Alrighty. The inner fender had a little bit of fixing on the bottom. I just put a little rock guard on it. No harm, no foul. Not doing anything with it. Just putting it back on the car. I'm going to get my light. Died on me. I got to get a light. I'll be right back. We don't have another one charging? Oh, sorry. She's pointing to me. Right over there, she said. There we go. These are nice lights. I like them. Okay. Not bad. That sits in there like that. Now, hard to see. Hard to see. Oh, that was lucky. That was lucky. I'm going to see if I can get lucky twice. Lucky once is good, but lucky twice. Gotta get up on my knees. Jolene said, man, you get up and down quick. And I said, well, if I don't get up and down quick, the job won't get done quick. Basically. The quicker you get up and down, the quicker the job gets done. Is that right, baby? My baby knows. I think I got it. I think I got it. I'm going to take and push up on the fender at the same time as I tighten that. I'm not sure if it's doing anything, but we're still on off. Hard to get at. I'm going to turn the wheel the other way. This stuff is kind of slow going, so it goes to example of when I take things apart or chop things, or you know, when I cut the roof off things, I generally like to leave everything on, like the trunk lid. Start taking that stuff off. It takes time to get it back on. And if you, I don't know if that helped me any or not, but taking stuff off and on takes time. Make sure you remember that when you decide to tear something apart. It takes time. Put it back together. Lots of it. There we go. Seems to be tight enough. I have the front piece here. Not bad. Wires, gotta be careful. I got some wires in there. I guess that's all right. I'm going to be happy with that, I guess. I have no choice but to be happy with it. I'm going to take a little pair of needle nose and put on. Actually, I'm going to put a couple bolt or self-tapping screws in that. It's funny, the stuff that put this car together. It's funny how funny it is, but I wouldn't expect a self-tapping bolt to put on a 40s Pontiac, but that's what they are. And I'm using them because that's what it takes. So what I got to do is when I get these inner fenders on, I have to cut the fender and make a bracket to hold the inner fender. Not really worried about the outside of the fender because I'm going to end up doing something with it anyways. if that makes sense. There's no sense worrying about it. No harm, no foul. You can see where it does not fit here. I got a big doodle doodle doodle, and that one does not have a piece on it either. So I'm going to have to do some cutting to make it work. I'm going to get on my back. I wonder if I should have. I got the wrong size. Oh, it just shoved it on me. That one started by hand. Maybe give me a little bit of light. I need a little bit of light sometimes, don't I, sweetheart? Huh? Jolene lights up my life. Hold that down in place. Alrighty. That's good there. I got a little spot up front here where it does not have any connection, and I want it to have connection. So what I did on the other side is I just clamped it with a pair of needle nose, just so it holds in place. Someone put a piece in there, and I do not mind that. On the other side, I'm taking a drill, and I drill a hole in that bad boy. I want to get it right in the same sort of place. Put just a little clip like that. There's a little repair there, and I'm going to do another little repair, and I'm going to put this on it. Hoping that I didn't get that down too far. Where's the hole at? Get a screw. Got some screws over here, that'll work. Screwdriver, and that'll just hold that a little bit better. Coming it through? Nope. Just going to take and move that first. Take it out for a second. I got to get the hole lined up on that clip. Sometimes it's hard. I'm going to take the screw right out, see if I can get that clip lined up. You can see the repair. That's okay. Come on. Did I get it down too far? Hey, I think I got a hole there now. Looks like it, don't it? Here she be. That's That's what we wanted. Could have put a self-tapper in it, but I just feel like with the clip, I had a clip. It just looks like it could have been there instead of being self-tapping it. Basically, that's about it. So now I got both inner fenders in it. Also, when I put the bracket, this is going to be the part. When I put the bracket on the fender, I'm going to turn that back on. When I put the bracket on the fender, I'm going to have to turn the wheel, get them straight up and down, and put the fender in the right place, because you can see how it can be adjusted by this if I move it up or down. And that's where I was losing my shape. I was kind of wondering why the front wheel was looking funny. I'm going to turn the front wheels straight, and then I'm going to start cutting and make a bracket. I also did not have any, there's a bracket that goes from this fender into the frame on hooks on the bottom. I do not have that. When I have to make some, I got some round rod right there. I did not have them on the other fenders, but when I pull that out and put it in place, it sure does fit a lot nicer. And that's something I have to do. And I like that because that fender is under pressure, and it fits really good when I pull it out like that. When I put the bracket on, it should fit really nice. But when I put the inner fenders up the front, that's when I'm going to get this part. I see that can come down, that can come up. Like, it's going to be some adjustment going on there. And I'm going to have to do it by eye. Jolene's going to say yay or nay, and I'll know when to weld the bracket on. So what I have here is on this side, I wonder if I should start, I guess it doesn't matter which side I start on. I have a hole here, and I need a bracket to weld to the fender. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice. I cannot put a bracket on the fender with this piece bent in like that, so I'm going to have to flatten the fender off. So basically I'm just going to cut the front of the fender. The hole is up here. I can get that part in there flat. All right, let's do it. So I need a piece from this piece over to on the front fender. How far does that go up? Goes up quite a ways. You can see it on the inside here. I just need it to hit them two holes. I'm going to slice it up a little further. Alrighty. What that gives me, sort of, I've got a little indentation here. It's hard to lay a flat piece of metal on that indentation there. I might have to take the hammer and dolly that out, but I'm going to make a 90 to bolt to this, and then a 90 here, and come over here and bolt it to the, I'll weld it to the fender on the inside, and then I can replace this sheet metal after. So I'm going to go over here and do the exact same cut, just so they look the same, sort of, I guess. Straight up and down. I can't have this flange here because I can't nail nothing flat against the fender, so I'm just going to cut it off. I'm almost up to the point here. We'll go up that high at least. We're up past, you can see on this one, I'm up past this line a little bit, so let's do the same on this one. It's not what I want to do to the fender, but it's what I got to do to the fender. Above that hole. Yeah, that hole sitting. Might have that one up there a little bit higher on that side, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not bad. So basically, this one's got a nice a nice flat spot here where I can bring my bring a 90 over here and bolt onto that. Let's get a tape measure, make a 90, and we'll do the easiest one first. I'm going to replace it. When I put that piece of metal in behind there, there's going to be another piece of metal over top of it. So that I'm basically welding a bracket on the inside of the fender, and then the sheet metal is going to be going over top of it. Tape measure. And I really, have to do it, or else my inner fenders aren't connected to my fenders. And the fenders should be connected to the inner fenders, I guess. I'm going to tell me, will you just walk over to that side there, sweetheart, and just let me know when does that look? Looks good? You look good. 2.5, 2.5. So I've got a measurement 2.5 to the inner fender. So I'm going to make it 3.5. So I'll have an inch on here on the fender. So I'll spot weld it to this inside the fender here. Come over, bend to 90. So I'm going to do 3.5. 3.5 will give me an inch on this part of the metal. And then I'm going to go, we're going to go 1.5 inches in that way. 1.5 inches. So 3.5 and 1.5 inches. 5 by. I'm going to do it this length right here because this seems to be the basic as far as I need to go. No, I just need a small one. Actually, only got 2 holes. Yeah, I'll just do a small one. Then I can keep that right above that line. See, there's a line. Well, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that or not, but we'll do it. 5 by 6. 5 by 6. I'm going to cut a straight edge. Got one right there. Just noticed it. I'm going to use this little table for a second. Got to get a marker. 5 by 6. Keep that in my brain. Where's the straight edge? If I 5 by 6. I'm just going to put it on this side because I'm going to take it down the shear and cut it. Put the mark as far as out on the end as possible, and that way there I can see it. We'll shear that one. Yeah, I'll leave that there. I guess I could have brought it down with me, but so there's a bunch of operations that I have to do before I can do a major operation. And also, I do not think that I'm going to use the Olds grill, and the reason being is Jolene was searching the old interweb and she came across the Pontiac with an Olds grill, didn't you? So basically, I want to do something that's different, and that's been done. And I think I probably knew it was probably done anyways, but to be honest with you, I'm going to try to cut that straight. I've got a little line here I can go by. Back up and measure that. Put a bend in it. Five by 6. We'll get one of them done, and then you'll know exactly how I'm doing it. Just going to shear that. You can never have too many ways to cut a piece of metal. And the more ways to cut a piece of metal you have, the better. Gotta be careful, Fina. You wouldn't want to get your toes underneath that. So we have to bend this. I figured, what was it, 3.5. Sort of doesn't look square, but that's okay. It's only a bracket. 3.5 by. Going to the fender. Going to the. I generally do not like bending the complete 90. I sort of like leaving it a little less than a 90. So the reason being is that's a little bit less than a 90. The reason is that this edge can go and touch quicker. If I get a 90 right on, if something's not perfect 90, then it's hard to go to it. If you know what I'm trying to say. All right, see where I got this here like this now. I'm going to, gotta cut that corner off. Well, I'm gonna snip that corner off because the 1.5 inch is going over there and hitting in there. If you can picture it, the 1.5 inch is going in there and snip the corner off just a little tiny bit. Just a little tiny bit. Get my marker. Let's put it where we think it fits nice. I'm going to vice grip it. I think I'd like to C-clamp it more. Tighten them up. So I've decided, or me and Jolene have decided, because it's teamwork obviously, we have decided that we're going to make a grill. Sort of want to get that straight up and down. Put my foot. Just want to hold that. Step drill bit that. A couple holes in it. I've only used one out of the 3 so far, and it's still going good. I really enjoy the step drill bits. One thing I find about these things, that they do not take off on you. And what I mean by take off, a drill bit, if you take it and use a drill bit sometimes, and you go to drill something, the drill bit will run. Generally the step drill bits do not, which makes me happy. So I have to do some work to the front end to get it tightened up, get it tight and right to start the grill and that sort of stuff, which I figured out that. That now, would you? Perfect spot right there. Oh, they don't work good unless they're plugged in. I've learned that. So 2 different fenders. They fit the car, but they're 2 fenders off a different car that did not have the exact same grille in it. There, that's better. Bigger hole. Alrighty. Put our zip blade back in, take the Sharpies off it. We will bolt it up first. And then we'll apply it to the fender. Let's do this. See if I got a couple clips. Thought I had some clips in here. Right there. Be nice to have a couple bolts that fit. Hope I didn't put that on too early, because suckers are hard to get off sometimes. Just checking out the thread on them. Checking out the thread. Just want a short one. Like the sucker I want. So for it's going up there by the headlight, we want that over there, like so. I'm thinking like that. Trying to make sure they're the same size. That one's right. I'm gonna check this one before I put it on. Sometimes you can get a fine thread one. It'll make a big difference. Just like that. I want that to work. Let's try a different bolt and see if we go through it. Damn it. I don't really want to put it on if it's not going to work. Not really. There's one right there. Ah, that'll make me happy. Come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby. Not sure what's going on there. That's a good one. It only has to go so far, but let's try it. I'm going to put this one on there. I'm going to take this bolt out. And I'm going to put a couple bolts in it. I had a couple bolts over here. That one didn't start at all. Alrighty. I'm not satisfied with that one. It's just going to cause me an issue. I'm going to open my little junk drawer up. See if I can find one. Let's try that sucker, see what happens. Taken off, good, but whether it's the deal or not, I have no idea. Alrighty, I'm gonna put a nut in this, put a couple washers on it. And good to go. Might have a washer over here. Maybe. Stick this up inside here. Got these bolts right here. Nope, I want to washer it because it seems to be an awful big hole, doesn't it? Seems to be an awful big hole, but. I guess. I guess we'll just pull it down on the hole some, so that way there it hits the metal itself instead of washering it. Hear that whistling at me? Jolene won't put up with that, will you, baby? She won't put up with that. So now we get that on there like that. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get Jolene to stand over there, take a look at that fender, and let me know where I can tack that on. If you know what I'm trying to say, I want you to tell me when I can look good or up, down. I'm going to take a look too. Yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy you more though, Jolene. All right, I'm going to take and now that I got that clamped on there, let's pull this bad boy out of the way. And basically when I say I'm not going to use the 40 olds grill, it's just I have a chance to do something different than what I've seen, you know, to look on the computer and see a Pontiac, exact same year probably, have the 40 olds grill in it. It's already been done. I guess what I'm thinking is it's my chance to do something different. And as I have, you know, as I have to cut the front fenders and do a bunch of work on the sheet metal itself, well, I may as well try to do something myself. That's where is my chance to be able to become creative. And why would I not? Why would I not? Now I'm just going to go in there on the back side, and I'm going to tack this piece in here. It's nice and straight along the line. I'm not worried about that piece there. I'm going to replace all this metal. So this is just going to be the brace that's in behind. So basically probably going to lay a piece of metal right along that straight edge and butt weld a new piece back in it to make it fit what we need. Alrighty, I probably could turn that wheel, would help me a bit. I'm going to turn the wheel. Now that I know we're at where we need to be, I'm going to turn the wheel so I can get in there and weld a little bit better. Not sure what I did over there, if I pulled the ground cord or something. That's exactly what I did. Alrighty, get the helmet on. So I have to work in order to customize it. I have to do a bunch of work to get going. I'm happy with the bumper. Jolene took a couple pictures of it last night. I sat down, looked at it on the computer there for a few times. Happy, really happy with it. Why not? Also, I can change it at any time. It's not like it's welded to the car and it's over. Nope, I can change it at any time. That's the nice part about it. I can change it at any time. Ugh. I wonder if I can get that over just to... I suppose I'm not going to get in there any further. I'm just going to have to get my arm in there further, that's all. Now I'm just gonna, just wonder if it's tight at the bottom. It should hold where it's at right now. Just want to tighten it up at the bottom. The metal seems to be a little bit away. I want to tighten it up. Why would I not? Fender did not move. Happy about that. I come look on the front side. I've got penetration. Yeah. That's how I connected the front fenders that did not belong on the car from the inner fender. So now the fender has a bracket that goes to the inner fenders that were supposed to be there. I'm glad Andrew wrote on each piece where they went. Passenger, inner fender. Right there says pass, inner. So that's an inner fender, I knew that. It said driver's inner fender, I knew exactly where it went. So basically I'm going to do the exact same thing. 6" by 5. Jolene's going to turn the welder off because that's what she does. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I'll put a couple clips on it, bolt it on, and then attach it to the fender. I'll get Jolene to look at it, see where it is. And then I will have the front end where it's supposed to be. I still have to make 2 pieces of round rod to each of the bottom of the front fender. I showed you earlier how the fender comes out or has to be dealt with the bottom. I went out in my junk pile and found a couple pieces of round rod. I will take and weld a washer to one end. I'll weld a washer to the other end to make my bracket. So I'll weld a washer at this end first. I'll bolt it up to the chassis where it was bolted on originally. And then I'll pull the fender out where I want it. And then I will make sure I have this to length with the washer on it to hold the fender where it's supposed to be. And then I will have the front end secure. And then I will be free to start customizing the front. Let's take another look at the rear end. Woo! I like it. Looks good. Happy with it. Something different. Something different. Just something a little different. That's all. And that makes me happy because no one else has it. And that's what I like to do. I make things a little bit different and makes me good. It makes me happy. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming back. We appreciate it. I would appreciate it if you like, subscribe, ring my bell. We have a Facebook page. If you want to join that too for more information, you can follow us on that. But we appreciate you all coming back. I have to do that sort of stuff to get started, is to get them front fenders figured out and get that dealt with. I showed you how I did that one. I'm going to do the exact same thing to this one. And then I'll be able to start rocking and rolling. And you come back tomorrow and maybe we'll start on the front sheet metal of applying to this car and what kind of grill I'm going to go with. I'm going to make my own. And the reason being is because I can. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.